what up, Shuy, for a special Friends edition of Axel's Garage. Today we're working on our 2015 GMC Acadia. It's January on Long Island. What's going to go wrong? We've got a dead battery. Let's get started. Okay, so if you were like me, you expected that the battery would be under the hood. Well, no, it's not. The only thing you've got under the hood on the GMC Acadia is a ground post and a hot block or a jump starting post, which is what we had to do to get this car out of the garage. The battery, believe it or not, is behind the passenger seat in the back of the car. So what you've got to do is pull back the mats, turn this little thingamajig here to unlock it, and here's the battery compartment. You need a T20 Torx driver. Take the screw out. You got to pull up this trim piece that covers the seat track, and then lo and behold, here's your battery. Okay, so AAA wanted $179 installed to replace this battery. That did come with a 6-year warranty, 3 years full coverage, 3 years prorated, but we got our replacement battery at Costco, and we'll put a link to that in the description below. We paid $114 for this battery, add a $15 core charge, which we'll get back when we return the old battery. This one comes with a 3-year full warranty. Anything goes wrong with it in that 3 years, they replace it. If the price of the battery goes up, you pay the difference. If it goes down, I'm sure Costco's probably going to keep the difference. Okay, so the tools we need. We already said you needed a T20 driver to get that first bolt out. As usual with a battery, you got a 10 millimeter for the battery terminals, and down in the bottom of the well here, there's a 13 millimeter bolt that holds the battery in. Okay, so let's start with, we're always going to remove the ground first. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but you already knew that. You gotta take this nut off all the way because it's a little, like a little lock thing they've got on here. All right, nuts off. Just wiggle it a bit. There we go. Okay, ground is off. Now we do the same with the battery. 2 little tabs here you squeeze in. By the way, there's a little hole in the top if you're going to put your meter on the battery when you're testing. Just ground, and you can go through the top. And we had about 8 volts this morning. We jumped it, we're about 9.5 volts now. All right, same thing with the positive. Always do your negative first, so that if your tool, while you're doing the positive, hits the side of the body, you're not going to ground out in a short. Even 9 volts, you'd still have a little short. You don't want to short out computers and whatnot in these cars. You got a real problem. Okay, positive is off. Just stash that back here. Now, let's go after the bolts holding the battery in at the bottom. There we go. Okay. Only other thing there is here is, because the battery's inside the vehicle, there's a vent to the outside. So there's a little tube here. You gotta take that out too. course, there's no handle on the old battery. Jesus. Did I say I liked the battery in the inside the car before? Not so much. $179 from AAA, starting to look good, right? We got our fingers underneath the battery. Okay, that was the hardest part, getting the old battery out. Okay. Oh well. Not sure if you can see it, but we got a Cheerio in here. It is the family truckster. Food and junk gets everywhere. All right. It's not a job if you don't scratch yourself or cut yourself, so hey, that's life. Okay, it's an interstate. Size H6, 730 cold cranking amps, 36-month warranty. The old battery was 660 CCA. All right. I'll take the caps off. Probably should leave them on until I put it in. All right. We've got the vent port on the side here for this vent. Drop this in. Let's put the vent. All right. Work the vent in first before the cables are in your way. There we go. All right. Vent is in. Slide it past the lock. It's not a mile long. Felt like it was a mile long, but it's not a mile long. I hope I put it in the right direction. Okay. Now we're up to the battery cables. Reverse the process. Put the positive on first and then the negative. Always the negative comes off first, goes on last. Watched another video. The guy was using an impact wrench for this. Personally, I don't think that's such a great idea. You can't feel, and this is not something you need to use a power tool on. Okay, I'm sure there's a torque spec for this, but I don't have a torque wrench, so it really doesn't matter. Right, seat the negative. Hey, look, our courtesy lights are on. Hey, that's probably a good thing. I'm sure the battery needs a little bit of a juice, but not bad. Okay, so that's our battery. Battery's in. Somewhere over here is the seat cover, is the cover. Oh, it's in the back seat. Naturally, it's in the back seat. All right. Make sure there's no cables where they don't belong. Everything's tight. Slide the cover back in. Little tabs go underneath. Goes in. Grab your T20 and your driver. Here you can use a power tool. Okay. We'll grab the trim piece. Snap that back on. And get under. And we're ready for the kids to make a new mess. Okay, so everything's done. Let's hope it works. Let's see. All right, so we've got our new battery in. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, and it's Rob Shuy for Axel's Garage Friends Edition.